What you're about to watch is a special private training session for people who bought a copy of my book, Built to Serve. Enjoy. We have all these amazing people here in the group. Welcome, and see a lot of new faces as well. And now we just throw it open to you guys. So let's use our time together. Who has a question? Who has a thought? How can I help? What perspective can I bring? Who wants to go first? Marianne's got his hand up. All right, let's go. You can unmute and come on in.
Hey, Evan. Hey, guys. Question. When you were, I remember reading in the book and kind of figured out that your wife was the heart of your organization. How important to things is that?
So just at that point, I'm driving in the car. I'm in the passenger. I'm writing the whole, third section of my book next to Nina. And I'm realizing, oh my God, Nina is an unlock. And I'm writing as she's next to me, and she has no idea that I'm thinking about her as we're driving. So that was a really very meta moment. And she, obviously read it later. But what I realized was, hey, as you build up a team, the community part becomes really important, right? We have 37 people on the team, and I love the one-on-ones, and I even love this kind of format. But where I kind of suck at is more just friend stuff, like touching base to say, hey, how you doing? Or wow, hope you had a great weekend. Or I don't know, small talk. I suck at small talk. I don't enjoy it. I'm not very good at it. I forget to stay in touch with people. But when we're together, it's awesome, Yeah. And I love that. But I realize that most people, they want that small talk connection as well. Right. And it's just not natural for me to do. But Nina is naturally doing it, commenting on people's Facebook posts, remembering birthdays and anniversaries, and giving love. And so I thought, well, the closest thing to me is Nina. And because she's so good at it and loves it, and having all sorts of side conversations with the team, that was a big missing element that she brought. And so we turned her into the Chief Heart Officer. We even gave her a fund that's kind of that was additional to the book afterwards. So we have a care fund every month that she's in charge of spending, and it has to be spent, and it has to support the people on the team somehow. And that's by seeing what's going on in their life and following them, and then surprise and delight for people on the team.
Yeah, you and I are similar like that. I have no, when I'm working with someone, it's great. We're working and we're doing stuff, but then when we're finished the work, it's okay, the work is done. And, I'll catch up with you when I catch up with you, which might not be for, months.
Yeah, I think it's actually pretty common with entrepreneurs, and it's more common with men than women too. But most employees will it's valuable for them. Otherwise, they don't feel as connected. So when I'm talking to them, they feel super connected. Like, oh my God, we're doing so great. But then if I'm not talking to them for 2 months or whatever, then they feel they have the bright of the sun, and then they're in the cold of the moon. They got no light shining on them. So how do you handle the in-betweens? That's where Nina's been a huge role in the team, and being the glue. She's the glue for our family too. If it was left to me and my father to plan Christmas and New Year's parties and all that, it would be the most last minute, never happen kind of thing. Yeah. Nina has already organized everything, has presents for everybody, is all sides of the family. We both have 2 sides of the family that we got to do everything with. It's all taken care of. And glue is important in family, just like it's important because your business becomes a family. And even if you don't have a team yet, even just the people connected to you, think about your vendors, think about your customers, think about your partners, anybody who's associated in your business are all on your extended team, even if they don't work for you. And helping them feel connected, I think is really important and missing, and something that a lot of entrepreneurs don't pay enough attention to.
Yeah. Any suggestions towards that? I don't have that. Is there anything that you would suggest that would be helpful?
If you don't have it yet, one, keep an ear or an eye towards it. Like think about who is somebody who is very naturally, if there's somebody in your community, you know, right now I'd probably pull from somebody in my Discord who's active and very engaged and involved and recognizing people and saying how you doing and good morning and all the kind of stuff. And two, I would schedule it in for myself, which is what I do for my main contacts. I have a list of about 75 people that I want to stay in touch with that are important people to, like, if they know that I'm thinking of them and they're thinking of me, it adds, it's good karma points, right? So most of my big name friends, right? Like Brendan Burchard and Grant Cardone and Gary V and all these people, right? I would not remember, oh, message Gary and help him or congratulate him or say, right? I would just totally forget. And 2 years might go by before I send Gary a message, right? Which is not good. Naturally, that's what I would do. If there's nothing to talk about, I wouldn't just reach out. So I schedule it in that I'm going to be in touch with them at least once a quarter. And what I did now too is I had my someone on my team, and I gave her a list of all the people that are on that list, and anybody who's fallen below a threshold, she's watching them. She follows them on Instagram and watches their stories. And if there's any kind of announcement, she lets me know. Right. So Gabby Bernstein is dropping a book. Oh my gosh, who else? Marissa Peer is dropping a book. I didn't know that. You know, like I'm not keeping on tabs on everybody. They're not messaging me as their best friend to say, hey, Evan, launching a book. But what I can do now is reach out. I mean, they both know me. I could reach out and say, hey, Marissa, hey, Gabby, you're launching a book. Can I help? Can I support? You want to come on? You want to do an IG live? You want to do a video together? Right. Yeah. So she's watching the videos as the Instagram stories, because people often post what they're up to. And she lets me know when there's something that I need to, you know, hopefully reach out to. So she's also helping. Now, worst case, I could just send an email, say, hey, thinking about you. How can I support what you're doing? It's been a while since we've been in touch, right? That's a generic way to do it. And I realized the power of this, and we're going long on this question, but hopefully it helps everybody. I came back from my Napa group. So Brendan Burchard put together this group of his friends, right? And it's me and Russell Brunson and Dean Graziosi and Jay Shetty and the Bill Hughes and all these people in thought leadership, right? So we had our first get together since the whole COVID thing happened. It's like 18 months since we last connected. Everybody's so happy and excited, and private jets and hot air balloons and like all sorts of fun stuff, right? On the way home, Tom and Lisa Bilyeu left their home to come here, to come to Napa. And on the way home, realized that their dog had a really big issue and might die. And for them, their dogs are their kids. Like they don't have kids. Their dogs are their kids. And one of the dogs are really old. And Lisa posted to her story, I just came from like the greatest event, hanging with friends for the first time, seeing people so amazing, to now realizing this thing happened in my life. And now we might lose one of the most important members of our family, right? Nina, my wife, saw the story. Everybody in the group missed it, right? Everybody's got busy things going on. Nina, for whatever reason, saw the story, showed it to me, like, oh, I feel so bad for Lisa. I went to her story, took a screenshot of it, shared it inside of our group and said, hey, Lisa, Tom, sending you so much love for your dog. I hope everything works out. Like, I don't have a solution. I don't know anything. I mean, I have a dog, but sending love. Somebody in the group had a connection to a specialized dog IV person who like comes to your home and injects your dog with fluids. And, you know, it's a thing. And so like, oh my God, can you please connect us? Connected us. The woman went to her house and basically saved the dog's life. And the dog is healthy now. Like it's still an old dog, 12 years old or something, but the dog is alive now because of that connection. All I did was share it in our group. But it made me realize the importance of, holy cow, if I just followed I already followed them, but I'm not watching everybody's stories all the time. Right. But because Nina happened to see it, now we can bring incredible value to help, right? Even just a thoughtful prayer, even just like, hey, I hope you're okay. Even just reaching out to say, I'm thinking of you. So that's where then I decided I'm going to put someone on my team to do this. Like, that's not a high level job. watch their Instagram stories. Tell me when something big happens. Because they're probably going to post either something big, like in a good way, launching a book, launching a tour, or in a negative way, lost a friend, lost a pet, lost a family member, whatever. Let me know, because that's worth me doing an outreach, where most of the stuff that people post is not going to be, it's just okay. I'm not going to comment on everything you posted. Here's my hot dog lunch. Great. Like having somebody filter it out. So the answer, like, how do you do it? You schedule it. Like if you're not naturally wired that way, you schedule it to remind yourself, because I'm not naturally wired that way. Like I see Jeffrey down here, Jeff Eatley, awesome photographer. He's in Movement Makers, so I get to see him a bunch, which is awesome. But if he didn't, I don't know the next time. The last time I met Jeff was in Dallas, like 2 years ago or something, maybe longer. I don't know. And if he wasn't in Movement Makers and he wasn't here, I may not see him. I may not be thinking about him. And I'm sure he's going to have lots of ups and downs and highs and lows. But if I saw him in 5 years, like, dude, I haven't seen you in like 7 years. How you doing? Like right back to where we were, right? But there's real value in the in-between connection, right? That if something happened, if Jeff, got a huge deal, he quit his job and went full-time on YouTube, a little message to say, Jeff, dude, I'm so happy for you. I'm so proud of you, man. Congrats. Keep going. Like that little thing matters. Or, he's giving a thumbs up, or something really negative happens. He loses somebody, and just a quick little message, that 8 seconds matter. But I'm not doing enough. And it's impossible. Like as you scale, it's impossible to follow everybody and stay on top of everything. So that's where you schedule it and outsource it to a human to say, hey, pull out the best things for me. I think it's something everybody should do, right? Like if you had a list of the top 75 to 100 people, it started off for me at 25, and I just kind of kept adding to the list. I don't know at what point is like too much, but now I have help. I can probably expand it a little bit. And just think about even just 25 people, the top 25 people who, if they knew about you, were thinking about you, like obviously they know you, but it's hard to stay in touch. If they were consistently at least once a quarter thinking about you, would have a tremendous impact on the trajectory of your business and your life. And then finding a way once a quarter to stay in touch. And that could just be a simple email to say, hey, how can I help? But it could also be looking at their Instagram or other social accounts, seeing what they're up to. And when you say thank you, or when you say congratulations, or when you say I hope you're okay, it just spawns more ideas for them. It's like, oh, it's so nice that Evan reached out. Something else happens, and you do that enough, something else happens. Don't even worry about like it having to come back to you. Just putting out good karma is practical. It comes back in a lot of unexpected ways. Just put it out to put it out. Just be nice and stay top of mind to be nice and stay top of mind. Like have the frame of reference to just give this person love, as opposed to like, okay, if I message Zane something today, he's going to buy my next book. Like, don't be as strategic with that, right? just drop love. And again, as they think about you, you're going to get so much that comes back to you. It's just, you got to schedule it and put it in the calendar and make it happen. It's worth it. It doesn't take that much time. It doesn't have to take time. It's just the intention and like remembering it. Like you could legit pick one day per month, and it's a couple hours once a month to go through your list of 25 people and see what they're doing on social and reach out and say something.
Awesome.
People love that stuff. Cool. If you want to get a copy of Built to Serve and join us live for our next training with me to ask your questions, you can go get the book right there next to me, right there. I'll see you there. I'll see you to get the book. It's a good one. Much love.